Hey.
All right.
What are you doing here?
Oh, I don't know. I've been here for a while.
Well,
So we're back again.
Nerd News Today.
Nerd News Today.
Yeah.
Nerd News Now.
Right now. Nerd News. That's where we're at, is we're at Nerd News Now. And you're joining us on Channel 17 for Morgan Hill Access Television. And today is actually September 11th.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a famous day, isn't it?
Forgot about it. Yep.
I know. Well, so there you go. I don't think we're going to be talking anything about September 11th, are we?
No.
No, other than the fact that it's today.
You want to move this way a little bit?
Am I like getting cut off?
Yeah.
Who was our camera operator? They got fired. So, well, on Nerd News Now, what we do is we just talk about technology. And it's just anything nerdy that we like to talk about. You too could talk about whatever you'd like to if you just give us a call and call into Nerd News Now. You can also email us, or you can visit us here in the studio. You could be a member of our studio audience. All right, let's hear our studio audience. All right. Or you can actually be on air on TV. And we do have a guest today.
We have a guest coming in.
Francois, right?
Francois has been on before.
German, right?
French.
Oh, whatever. Francois has been on before. He's a member of the Media Access Coalition.
And I guess I'm Bob Snow, Design Factor Graphics and MHAT.
And my name's Jim Carrillo. I work with Blue Marquee, and I'm also part of MHAT. And we're both technical, whatever you call us. People pay us sometimes to do something technical, and sometimes they pay us to just look good.
Nonsense.
We haven't gotten paid much for that one.
So you've got a couple. I got a couple news things we can talk about anytime.
Hit me some news things. Let's hear what you got.
Okay. Well, here's I'll do the sciencey one first.
Okay.
Because I've been looking at different science things that they're doing to new technologies and stuff over the last few weeks. I found this other one that actually, if you can jump over to my computer real quick, which is the look at that.
That's nice.
So this is DNA strands, or it's showing how what it looks like microscope views of it. So what these people have found, DNA creates glue that builds itself. So what it is, they started playing with these little. You can jump back to us now if you want. I'll try to explain it. I just read the one article. So they're trying to taking these little modules, micro modules, and using them as glue and other materials. But what they're explaining, the way they explained it here, is that like if you're building a car, you've got all these pieces, and then you get the glue that assembles the parts together. Well, they're going at like ultra micro levels, and what this is they've learned to program these little glue modules so initially what they did is they took all these pieces, right, put these little, what do they call them, I forget what they call them here, I don't know, little round thing, and they said go in and glue these elements together. Well, what happened is all the parts started just glomming onto each other, and they were using tissues and stuff like that. So what they did is they found with the DNA, certain things will only attach. They're programmed to know that they can only attach to this other.
Like almost like magnets, North Pole and South Pole type of thing.
Yeah, right. And so what they've done is they've programmed the glue elements, so it'll only glue this to this. Once they do that, so eventually what they're talking about doing, so instead of going in, well, here's their last wrap up. So instead of people going in and getting these operations and taking weeks to, they go in and stitch things together, they can put this stuff in there, and your tissues and stuff will intelligently heal itself.
Wow.
And it'll grow because it knows that that's what it's doing. I mean, it's very hard. I mean, I read the whole thing, and they're trying to simplify it, but it's a pretty crazy thing. But so it says, I'll read this last paragraph. What the research created is a phenomenal ability for human tissues to reconstruct specifically, not randomly. So through an injection, rather than going through major surgery, they can repair the human body.
Wow. You know, I can deal with technology when it comes to like bits and bytes and steel and.
But this stuff.
You bring the human body into it. It's like, what are you talking about? I can't even fathom.
So they're using the DNA to program the glue mod things. So eventually, you know, you need some surgery. They just inject you, and it goes in there and.
We'll lose it all together.
Well, it's like like with cancer treatments and stuff. Now they've got the little stuff they send in there, and it only finds specifically that cancer. I mean, they inject it into your bloodstream, and it goes and finds that thing. I mean, that's crazy.
Yep.
So I just every once in a while I see these crazy headlines and read. So
well,
that's technology.
Yeah. So now I'm looking at the other headline. Scroll back up. What does it say? Miley Cyrus's dad responds to Wrecking Ball video. Have you heard about this poor girl?
Yeah.
Oh, that's rough. My kids used to watch her on that show Hannah Montana, and she was she was all right.
Seen it.
Yeah, you don't have kids. So, you do, but they're not my kids' age. Yeah.
She's older.
But this poor girl, man, she has just gone off the deep end. Just wackadoo.
Well, I'm sure it's the same as everything. He's got all these adults running her PR people, managers, all that.
Now, you know what? I was talking about this to someone. I don't think that what she did was anything.
No.
I mean, look, I was thinking about Prince, right? Think about Prince or Michael Jackson. They're grabbing themselves all the time, and they're doing sexual. So the whole concept of what she did wasn't so bad.
Right.
It's just she looks stupid.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. Is when someone looks stupid, somebody should stop them. Yeah. Maybe that's why my wife tells me not to do nerd news now every once in a while. I don't know. But, you do what you do. So this weekend, I didn't do much of a nerdy thing, although there was a little bit of nerdiness involved. I went backpacking.
Oh, right. Oh.
So, and that was fun. And where the nerdiness came into play, even though it was really just real basic, is I did the video of our black backpacking trip.
Oh,
I want to show you how I did that one. So the first thing I used was, this is my camera, and it's a flip camera. And you will be amazed, and when you watch the video, or if you ever watch the video,
I've seen
the sound quality
cameras.
is extraordinary too. I mean, it just picks it up right from here.
And they don't make those anymore, right?
Don't make them. Yeah. And then the video quality, it does HD video.
Yeah,
really nice.
Really good.
So really well done. But it's kind of hard. Most people do video like this. You know, they're giving the perspective. Right. And what I realized, or what I found, was when I was doing videos like that, it gets really boring because there's no subject.
Right.
So what I started doing is I got this little, it's just a cheesy little device. It's like a tripod, and it's a telescoping tripod, so I can telescope my thing out, and when I'm walking, I can hold this in front of me.
Right. Right.
And so when I'm rotating around, the camera rotates with me, but my background rotates around.
Right. Right.
And then I can, rotate the camera like this and let the people see what I'm looking at, come back. But that way it gives a conversation to the audience member, and I think it makes the video a little bit more interesting.
Have you ever watched that show? I don't think he's on anymore. Is Survivor Man?
Yeah, that's exactly what these guys do. Yeah.
And he had one of those things. You see in parades, the guys carrying the flags at the front.
Yeah.
They've got the belt with the little holder in the front. Because that's what he's got. So he's the same exact as that. He just sets it in there so he doesn't have to carry on the thing.
Right.
The whole time. And I think his also might have some kind of a tripod kind of thing, so it's always there.
Right.
And he doesn't have to hold it.
Yeah.
Because that's probably if you're going over rocks and stuff, it's probably a little dangerous to hold that out.
Yeah.
But the video. Now I saw a video that you did probably a year ago.
Oh, that's right.
Was that the same?
Same technique.
Flip phone?
That was so the video that I went hiking with the same guy, but we had 4 other. So there's 5 of us total, 3 other folks.
Okay, cool.
But the video I'm gonna actually show you at the break. One of the videos I created. This video is when my daughter and I went backpacking, and we went to Yellowstone, and that was her first backpacking
Yosemite?
Trip. Yes, yeah, I get those two mixed up all the time.
Yeah.
Huh? Yosemite, and so it was her first backpacking trip, and I was really just amazed that not only was she willing to do it, but she was way better than I was. I mean, I was dying. I was huffing and puffing, and she's like, "Come on, we got to get back to camp. We're almost there." Yeah, I'm like, I said, Emily, can't we just sleep here on the trail? I'll keep warm. I'll snuggle up to this
Bears are
rock.
coming out, yeah.
I was dying, but she kept me going.
Oh, that's good.
So that's what I did this weekend, and so that was the technology I used. I also took a panoramic video of us at the campsite, which I thought was kind of neat.
Oh, cool. With the using that
tripod.
Software,
yeah, my special little tripod. So I'll upload that, and I'll show that a little bit later. But
that's cool.
If you watch Nerd News Now, there's iPhone apps where you can take not only panoramic videos that you can like look around, but you could do a 360-degree look, and you can rotate the picture.
Down and up.
Then there's a spherical panoramic where you can rotate you're on the internet. You just change the picture, and you can look up, and you can look down, and all around.
Now, if you had the guts to go out to the edge of Half Dome, that would be cool.
That would be cool.
Of course, I'd be crawling.
because then you could go up and down. You're like, holy crap!
You know, speaking of that, I saw a video a while back, and it was the same technology they used for when The Matrix came out, and they had they would freeze the frame, and it looked like the camera was going around the person. I saw a video the other day. They made a handheld thing for GoPro.
Oh yeah.
And this was a guy San Francisco, and a guy was shooting fire breathing on the edge of a building. But they took it, and they did the same thing where it would freeze the frame, and it would kind of go around. And I saw a picture of the guy, and what they did is it was a handheld thing, or they probably had it on a tripod, but it looked like a bar that had a whole bunch of GoPro cameras on it, and they just stuck it out on the edge of the building. And so when the guy did it, it was just running video, and they would take those frames and then change around. So it was very cool, and a little rig. I mean, those GoPro cameras are that big.
So that's that technique where what happens is they do a stop motion,
right,
and they're able to rotate around that stop motion
because they move from camera to camera.
Right, and so they probably got some type of now this is my new term, stitching technology, where they take these images and they can combine them together so it looks like a seamless flow.
And it probably takes the feed from because the cameras are all running.
It's video. That's what I don't understand.
It's video, but they're probably taking the frame from the video.
They're just going frame by frame?
Yeah. Or they could have just used the camera feature of the GoPro. It just happened to be a guy that works at GoPro did it.
I'm betting that so one of the hard things to do when you're doing just cameras is and I saw that they did this in the thing.
Switching them at once.
Is to be able to time that, like everything has to snake to snapshot. But if you're doing video, all you got to do is find the right video frame, and you could even use a flash to. And
if it's using a time code, it's just this frame this second.
Right. So that's probably why they did it.
So, all right. I think we're coming up on a break point. We got a couple minutes. I'm going to hold this till later, and we'll do some
Facebook. Oh, Bob. Before I go to break, I got to tell you a story.
We can push our break back a little bit too.
Okay. Oh, this is a sucky story. This is a terrible story. Okay. You're gonna hate it.
Okay.
I got a job off of Facebook.
Oh,
did I tell you? I don't think I told you.
I think you told me.
Did I tell you? Oh my gosh. So a friend of mine, his name's Rob. He gives me a call and says, "Hey Jim, I got a referral for you." I go, "You do? Oh, cool. What is the referral?" He goes, "Oh, well, I really don't have a referral. I just got this girl that I know on Facebook. I don't really know her that well, but she posted on Facebook that she's looking for a technology guy, and she wanted to know if anybody knows a technology guy." I go, "Really? Like this is going to pan out, right?" So he says, yeah, come on over. So I went over to his computer, and he goes, "Well, what should I reply?" I said, "I don't know, just say Jim Carrillo's a great guy." So he wrote, "Jim Carrillo's a great guy. Here's his number." Sure enough, not only does she call me and I have a conversation with her, she has her the vice president of marketing call me, and he, I guess, interviews me for about a half an hour. And they paid me to come up for a day to Berkeley, sit there and listen to their problems and advise them on what to do. And I said, "You know what? Save your money. Don't hire consultants like me because it's costing you a dime." But yeah, got that off of Facebook.
All right.
And I wasn't even on my Facebook account, so I guess I gotta change my tune for Facebook.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, a little bit.
This might change your mind though.
Scans used for ads with no compensation. Yeah.
So I don't know if anybody's heard about this. They haven't made much in the news, but Facebook got sued for using people who have Facebook accounts, using their faces and names in ads that they're selling. So they got sued for $20 million, which to them is probably like lunch for everybody one day. So what they did is, instead of changing their policy, changing the way they do it, they changed their policy when you sign up for your account.
Okay.
And so this covers anybody, and it's not that they're using your, let's say my Facebook account. They're not using my picture and my name. They're scanning any pictures you put up that get a name associated with it. Even says this even includes minors. So let's say you post some pictures of your family picnic, and it says, oh, here's all these people. They can scan the picture of somebody in your, let's say, your brother. Oh, here's so-and-so. He endorses.
Was that a French guy talking?
That was.
So
So they
I know
changed their privacy.
If anything, what I'm hoping is, I'm not so much angry at Facebook for this. I'm more stupid people for thinking that you could upload something to the internet and keep it private.
Well, but the thing is they're making money. But the other thing is, like they talked about, it's like they could pull my name up and say, I really endorse Depends undergarments, and I use it all the time, and nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
They're using your name. But here's the part that I found interesting at the end of this article is...
Wait, Bob, of all products you could have picked, you picked Depends undergarments?
That's what they used.
Oh, okay.
So I was trying to come up with something, but that's what they... This writer actually said I got used for that. And it's like, well, because it's an embarrassing thing.
Yeah.
If they said, I endorse, Canon cameras, all right, big deal, but...
Yeah.
What are you going to... But the funny part that they wrapped up on this is that, people say, well, if you don't like Facebook, just don't use it, which I really don't, so, But their point here in this article is they said that the Facebook account has become as indispensable as telephones for a lot of people.
That's their problem.
And it's also shown, recent studies have shown that a person is more likely to be looked upon in a suspicious way from a potential employer if the person doesn't use social media.
Right.
And I've also found that there was an article I got from somebody, I think it was Brad, that financial institutions, when they're looking to loan companies money, if it's smaller loans, they look at how you're using social media in your business as if if you don't use it, you're not as likely to get loans and things.
So the thing that I think is important about that is, I agree with that. I do agree with that. And I think that social media has its place.
Right.
But it doesn't mean that you have to upload pictures of your kids.
Right.
Or of yourself twerking at night or whatever, I don't know.
And also, it does say in here, if you load it up and say, no one can see this.
Oh, that's not going to help.
Well, apparently, it says that it's depending on the privacy of the person who uploads. But considering that they just change their privacy,
yeah, that's right. Next week it
policy,
might change, and if you don't,
they'll just keep finding loophole after loophole.
Right. So,
or they just change it and by default change everybody's settings back.
Yeah.
So you have to. So that was just one of my.
Well,
complaints,
I'm kind of with you on this whole. I just think that the world has gotten stupid. Here's another stupid thing: is 10 years ago we paid for everything. You wanted a telephone, you paid for it.
Right.
You want to send a letter, you paid for it, right? We've gotten so accustomed to free things, and people are pissed off that their free email can be scanned by Google.
Yeah.
Well, pay for an email then. It's $5 a month, and you can have a private email address and all that stuff. But no, people want the free part, and they want...
But without the... Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's where it's at.
Okay, so I guess we're about ready for a break.
All right, let's see if we can cue up that video of Emily and I backpacking in Yosemite. All right, you're here with Jim Carrillo and Emily back there. She's not used to the filming, but we're here to take you on our trek through Yosemite. And we're going up, Emily, do you remember what trail we're going up?
No.
I don't either. So it's I know it's Tuolumne Creek. But we're gonna go ahead and take a look at that trailhead up ahead, identify that puppy. But we're happy right now. You're happy?
No.
She's not happy. This is Emily's first trip for backpacking. We're prepared to stay 2 nights, got enough food. What's the food that we have?
I don't know.
I think we got some gourmet freeze-dried food. Bear activity's pretty heavy out here. So we have
We saw a bear already.
We did, we saw a bear. And we have our bear canister, I guess you'd call that, huh?
Sure.
We are going on Glen Allen Trail. So it says it's a 5-mile trail. Let's hope. But there's supposed to be campsites there. And there's a fire ring, which I'm really excited about because I just hate backpacking, freezing my butt off without that fire. And hoping to do some, well, we are going to do some fishing along the way, huh? The goal is to not eat any freeze-dried food and have as much fish as we can eat. And it's all creek fishing, so it's going to be, the guy said it was wild trout, so he said it's really hard to catch, but they're definitely there. I guess that's all I really care about, huh? Just trying. So, we'll check in a bit, but this is Jim Carrillo and Emily Carrillo on our Glen Allen Yosemite backpacking trip. All right, we just finished going to Soda Springs. I was hoping to get a little video of it, but we'll have to explain it. So it was a little bubbling spring that came out of the ground. It reminded us a lot of, what was it, Yellowstone? But it wasn't hot water at all. And the little bubbles is why they call it Soda Spring. And it's just fresh water coming out of the ground. It says it's safe to drink, although it didn't recommend it because people stick their hands in it and all. But I guess geologists don't know exactly why the water's bubbling. It just is. And in addition to Soda Springs, we've had Soda Room. Is that what you call it? Yeah. Our first pit toilet. Figured we'd take care of business before we got on the trail. And there you go. All right, onward bound. Well, it's time to cross a little bridge. All right. We've been only hiking for a little bit under a mile, but feels like, what, 10 miles. Do you need my help, Em? All right. Let me make it across and I'll come back for you, okay? Not much danger other than getting wet. All right, let's go see if we can get Emily. All right, let's see. Oh, sorry about that. No, the people watching TV. You got it? Okay. There we go. Just cross the rock.
Turn it off.
Hurry up, come on, let's go.
Turn it off first.
Okay. Just cross onto the rock.
Turn it off.
Shh. All right. Well, we made it.
Turn it off.
Well, we've made it about 2 miles. We passed a hiker who said, watch out for snakes. What kind of thing is that to say? Like we're gonna run into a snake anytime soon, or was he just joking? You know, normally if it would have just been me and my friends, I don't think I'd care, but now I'm wondering if I gotta watch out for snakes for Emily. Or maybe I should say, maybe Emily's gotta watch out for snakes for me.
All right. Okay, we're back. Well, that was a pretty cool, cool video. I haven't been backpacking in years and years up there, Yosemite, but that looked pretty good. And that it's amazing those flip phones, how good of quality of the video was.
Yeah, 720.
And the sound too. He was, talking, and that's just how that little
it's
flip
cheap.
phone.
How much was it? Less than $100, was it?
Yeah, but they don't manufacture them anymore. Somebody bought the company. I think it was Cisco.
And they put him out of business?
They just bought the company and
Killed it.
killed it. So I think you could
Hey,
still,
that's the way.
because they were selling them really cheap. They were dumping them at the time. And I know somebody was buying them for like $35 or something crazy.
Well,
You know,
we
something
miss,
like that,
we miss,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, that was interesting, your little article on the DNA glue there.
Oh, I know. That's great. I
I
mean,
can't wait, for instance, you go see yourself, because the thumbs is most useful, huh? So I can get maybe a couple of them.
reattach them to this.
Well, we've had requirement. Now you see in the hospital, a lot of they make mistakes in terms of dispensing the drugs.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah.
that's something to watch out, huh?
Yeah, well, I
Have a
think
couple eyes.
I think it's going to be probably quite a while till they actually get this
good.
working, But okay,
So
well,
what do you have?
So one of the things what we're going to talk about today is we haven't done, we haven't really talked about WordPress in quite a while. We used to do a show just about WordPress. It was WordPress Wednesdays on Wednesday night, and we did that for quite a while. But it, after so many shows, we got, what more could you talk about it? But
Good idea.
Francois is here with me, and
Hello.
we are going to we're going to kind of look back at WordPress, kind of some of the basic things and what we can do. And Francois will have some questions because he's offered to help a little bit with the Poppy Jasper.
Do I have to do anything here?
stuff.
Do I have to bring anything on my screen? No? I'm just gonna be all ears and.
Actually, if you want to, or we can just look at mine and
Yeah.
you can look at it here. So once you log in, I am logged in right now as administrator, but you'll be able to log in.
Okay.
Yeah, we've set Francois up with we're going to go to the dashboard. So if you want to switch over to my computer, okay, so here's the our website. And once I'm logged in, there's a bar up across the top here that this is part of the WordPress.
Okay.
And so I clicked on dashboard. And so it comes in, and here's where all the action kind of takes place. You know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to change my resolution even higher so they can see what's going on. Unfortunately, our resolution output isn't that good, and everything looks real tiny. So this makes it harder for me to work on it because everything's so
Big.
big in here. So you go to the dashboard, and one of the features that's kind of cool with WordPress is it knows what the resolution you're looking at, and it will minimize this sidebar here. So you can open it up just by clicking collapse menu. So what I did is I'll just kind of run over some of the tabs. So here's the users. And I'll click on that, and it'll show all the users.
Won't you go, because we don't have, I don't think, how much time do you have?
Oh, we got
Maybe you
about
can
half
just
hour.
show me,
Yeah.
for instance, what's the most common thing? Adding an article,
Okay.
correct?
So
How do you add an article?
Yeah. So here's all our users. I'll go ahead and jump out of that. We'll go back to the dashboard. So if we go back to, here's what the website looks like.
Okay.
So it creates a menu, and we can create our own custom menus and all that. So most of what you'll probably be doing a lot of is, as we get films in, or if we get workshops, is maybe we'll email you, oh, here's what's going to happen at the workshops. So somebody coming to the site, it just says check back for our full list. So once we know who's going to be doing what workshops we're going to have, or it may be a discussion panel, you know, we can email Francois the details about it. You can go in and update it. And
you are in
format.
edit mode there, correct?
Right. Well, right now
You're an
this is
admin and
this is what a regular visitor would see. Now we have one of the newer features is it actually has an option now. So instead of going back to the dashboard and manually going to the page, you can actually go right up here at the top and just click Edit Page. And this is what's great about WordPress. So you can do it anywhere that you got an internet connection. So, you know, we were talking earlier that, you know, I used to use Dreamweaver. Francois uses Dreamweaver, but that was a lot more intensive. You have to go in and change every page. Where here, it goes to edit mode. And so I'm just going to show you how easy this. You can go in, change whatever you're. I'm going to make it more exciting, put some exclamation
Can you just
marks.
cut and paste, or you have to know HTML?
You can cut and paste, and the template will format the text automatically. That's another thing that's really good, is it keeps everything consistent through the website. You know, sometimes your websites you'll click on a page and fonts are different colors, and it just looks. This will actually, you know what? Let's do this. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to change this a little bit. I'm going to put a break in here.
This is not live, correct? It's not changing right away.
Not while I'm doing this, but as soon as I click update, it's live.
Live.
So what I'm going to do, so right now it's the style sheets is built into the template. So there's a bunch of styles. Right now this is just a paragraph style. I'm going to change it to a heading 3. And heading. So we can't see it right now, preview, because it's in edit mode. But what I will do is go down to update. And then we're going to view the page. And it's going to go to that page. And there it is, live, and it's done.
Is the color different also? Yeah.
The color's different because the style headline 3. So I don't know exactly what the styles are right exactly now, but what I've done before is make a page, and the page is hidden to everybody else except for the user, and I'll type in heading 1, heading 2, and format it there. So as a reference point, if you're building your page and it's like, oh, I want it to be this one, you can click on that page and view it, and it's like, oh, that's what heading 1 looks like. And yeah, this is what paragraph looks like.
So I can use cut and paste there.
Yes.
Get a big
And
couple of paragraphs and
yeah.
pictures also.
The pictures you have to insert.
Okay.
So I'll show this. I don't know if I have any samples. I'll pull something. So I'm going to change this back to paragraph. Now, one of the neat features is if you're kind of used to HTML, you can click on this text mode, and it actually gives you the, you can see here it's got the HTML strong. Now, this is a little redundant here. So, because I know HTML, I can take out those codes, and it'll still look the same without all the extra stuff.
You don't have to remove strong also, no? No. Okay.
And you can override the style sheet. Right now, you can override it with these toolbars up here, just kind of almost like Word, just basic text. I can change the colors here, and it'll override the style sheet. But I like to keep the style sheets the same. Now, to add a picture, let's say we're going to go in here, enter, and I'm going to add media. You just click here. Now, I can either upload a file from my computer or select files. Here's my desktop. I can add a file from there.
Select files from your PC or from the server?
From my PC. or I can go from the media library, which is already items that have been uploaded. So on this page, let's say I want, these are pictures from previous, I'm going to put MHAT picture.
Go ahead.
So I'm going to add that here, insert into page. And it looks like that's a fairly giant photo.
So you have to be careful about the size.
So what we can do, and unfortunately this is the bad thing about the screen being small, is you can't see the whole thing. So I'm going to go in and edit it. I want it centered. Now I know I can see how big that is. I wanted it, I'm going to say 60%. I can also change. So that's at 60%. I'm going to update it. And click update. Now it's still probably going to be very large when we view the page. And that's one problem that that's good for people to know. If you're, let me go view page. If you're uploading pictures and you want to add them to your website, if you upload them directly from your camera and you have a high resolution camera or something, you're going to get these just really big image files. You know, 3,000 pixels by 2,000 pixels, which on a web page is just way too big. You can, like we can see here, this is even 60%, and it's just way too big. So I'm going to actually go in and take this out. But what you want to do is it also slows down. Like you can change the size. Like I can go in here and change this. Well, actually it's not letting me because the screen is just way too big. Let's see if I can do it this way. Yeah, this is too hard to show here because it's just too big. So I'm just going to delete that. But it also, when you have pictures that big, even if you get them small, it takes a long time to load the page because the browser's still having to load that huge thing and then make it small. So it's better to just make all your pictures, you know, the size that you're going to have finished on the website.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially that's it as far as editing the pages. Now one of the things that you'll probably be doing is there's a difference between pages and posts. So if we go to the side, so most of these are pages that we have put in there, which is normally you could we've got a page that's about us and festival history, trailers and promos, contact us. Those are individual pages. Now the other concept is our posts, which a post you can also make pages with adding. I'm going to go post. I'm going to show all posts here. Posts, the way I try to explain it is more like instead of like a page is an article that you want somebody's going to read. Well, a post is like, let's say 3x5 cards. And what we do is, let's say on our site we want to show the films that are coming up, and here's dramas. So we've got 10 films that are dramas. Well, we'll make a post. And
it's like a template?
What's that?
It's a template?
It's
a post, a template?
Well, there are templates, but a post is more like a snippet. Like let's say I have my 3x5 card. I write on there, here's the title, here's the picture of it, here's a brief description, and a category is called drama. And I could name it as a category. Let's see, let's go to this. Yakuza in the Mirror. This was last year's. So what the posts are is then you can organize the posts inside of a page using shortcode. So we can make a page just called drama. But we make a little shortcode here that says place any post that is categorized as a drama on this page, and it'll automatically put them in there. So let's say you get all done. 2 weeks later, somebody does a film. Oh, here's another one that's drama. All you have to do is make a post, and you can use an existing one, copy it, just change the title, change the description and picture. It's still tagged as a drama. Once you save it, it'll automatically add it onto that page. You can also, let's say, just randomly, let's say, what we try to do on here is we have screening session 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's say we've got 2 dramas, a comedy, and a documentary. We can put it under that category, session 1, and we tag those. So we make a page called session 1. It'll pull just those films and put them in there that are tagged session 1. So once we decide what films are going to be screened at what time, we just tag those films.
Okay. So your posts, they are not templates,
Right,
but they are kind of a format that's fixed, correct?
No, you can format them just like a page. The only difference is that they're shorter and quicker, and you can add them to the menu bar, but posts are usually meant to, since this was designed as a blogging thing, posts are a lot quicker. You can spend the same amount of time on both, but
So you don't have to worry about the formatting, that's it?
not necessarily like this opened up here. So what we can do is
This is a post, for instance.
this is a post for Yakuza and the Mermaid, and so I think this is all a little wacky here. Oh, here's the categories that we had.
So
Block
that's
1.
kind of filters, correct?
It's
It
it's kind
filters.
of like a filter.
Okay.
But like the page, we tell it, we'll make a page called Block 1 Winning. And we tag the posts. So the posts are more like being able to sort all these little snippets out.
The page does not have categories, where a post has categories. Pages don't have categories, posts have categories, correct?
Essentially, you can. Posts and pages are essentially the same thing. It's more for organizational reasons that, you can even have posts inside posts, and that just is too crazy. For me, I'd like to have, here's my page of Block 1 Winning film, and then I put the posts in there. So I look at it as posts are just simpler things. So for us,
Like between Twitter and Facebook?
you kind of somebody does a little post up there. So basically our post of films, all it is the title, a picture, short description. And so so then we can organize them better. So as we start getting films in, this will probably be something that we would email you saying, here's the list of the films, the title,
And then I create a post for every film.
you create a post for every film, and then just tag
Just
the
do
category
copy and,
tag the category as to how we're going to sort them. And I'm not sure, actually, Jim might be able to answer this from off. There is a way to use of copying a post, so that you could take this Yakuza and the Mermaid, copy it to a new post, and just save it. That might be something that
be in the list of posts. When you have a list of posts, there might be
let's see,
duplicate
under add
stuff.
new.
Or
It might be under add new. Let's see if it. Let's see. I know with it all squished, I can't see everything.
now, if you want to see all the posts that you have created, I see
You would just go to all
all
posts.
posts, and it comes in as a listing.
And it has all the listing. Now you can sort it by the dates when they were created. You can just
What does bulk action do?
that will.
Does it say duplicate on that one when you click on the?
It'll just
Oh, okay.
edit or move to track. You can select them all or select them. But there is a way to do it. I'll have to.
Okay.
Unless it's just pages. But I'll have to look into that. I haven't.
Okay.
I remember seeing it, but I don't know
So,
exactly.
so now I'm still confused. So how do you create a page? You go to pages
You could create,
and you say new page.
yeah,
Okay.
or you can go up here and it says new post,
New
new media,
page.
new link,
Okay.
new. Now let's see, maybe under here, new post. Nope, it's just adding the same. Now I can see one of the things that I see that I could be doing is we haven't updated to the new WordPress. That may be a function in the new WordPress where I've seen it. But essentially what you
But
can...
posts are small anyway, so if you can't duplicate,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. Yeah.
And let's see.
Because
Update.
mostly in a post, you're going to enter the title and the content. So the content is going to be different, the title is going to be different.
Yeah.
So
And
there
the
might
picture.
not be any
and the
reason
pic-
to duplicate.
Well, just so that you have the same formatting. Now, let me look at one other place where it might be all posts. There is settings, quick edit. Nope. It's not in there, but that's a good question. I'll have to look that up and then we'll come back.
yeah.
Okay.
Jim.
Okay, so that was a rough overview.
Okay.
So we'll
So mostly what we're going to be using, so all the pages are created, maybe not, correct?
right. But
What about
you
the
could-
menus?
It's the same
If
thing.
you want to add, every page goes into menus.
You would go to menus and then you do it. So
Okay.
okay, we're gonna have to wrap up here. Is this where we're coming to
Thank
a break?
you.
Yeah, we're gonna take a quick break here.
So if your whole website is messed up,
Yeah, then we know who
I have a record of
we'll have to hunt it.
how
Yeah,
you taught
so-
me.
All right, we're gonna go to a video and then maybe we'll wrap up. All right.
All right, so let's go ahead and keep on going. Nice scenery around here, huh? Take a look at those mountains. All right. Let's see what Emily's up to. How you doing, Em?
Good.
You got anything to say?
No.
Anything but one-word answers?
Yep.
What? Oh! This is the hardest part of the trail. All right. We'll check in a bit. I think our next check-in point will be at the about 2 more miles. Well, Emily and I took about a 2-hour break. Emily had a little nap, and a little one actually. And I had, and then Emily and I tried to do fishing. I said we tried because we didn't get anything. But we stopped off a second time to drop our poles in the river, and we got a, well, we saw the fish taking the bait off our hook, which at least we know that the fish likes our bait. So that's pretty good. But I just wanted to share with you this view that I'm getting right here. All right, check this out. There's that river. There we go. Oh boy. Let's see, where's Emily at? That's not Emily. Alright, I'm gonna go up there and look at the river. All right. Well, that was me and Emily Kit backpacking.
Very good, very good.
So you were asking
I'm
questions.
impressed by your little, the steadiness of your arm first,
Oh.
and the quality of the video.
And
That's
there is no
that's
skill to
incredible.
it. I mean, anybody. It's just is the way it is.
Yeah.
But you were asking how long the batteries lasted.
Yeah.
So I was able to take an hour of video, you know, stopping and starting. So that kind of takes a little bit of energy, starting it on and off. An hour of video with on one battery charge.
What kind of battery do they use? A standard or?
No, it's internal lithium
Okay,
lithium
so you have
whatever.
to charge it,
Yeah,
the USB charger or something. Yeah.
USB.
1 hour, that's pretty cool.
It's good enough for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this last backpacking trip I went on, that one was, I only did 30 minutes of video, which was fine. You know, after a while it gets a lot too long. The Emily's trip though, I was filming some really good stuff, like the setup of our camp, and that was fun. So I got to show how you know what do you backpack? Or did you ever backpack?
I did, yeah.
So what I did with Emily was I get so tired of sleeping on the floor, so we
I
strung
understand.
up hammocks, and then we had
Between two trees?
And then have you ever heard of a tube tent? A tube tent's a piece of plastic that's a tube of plastic. So we strung our hammocks through the tube, and then we ran another string on the top of our hammocks so that the tube kind of laid like this, and then we pulled the sides and we made a triangle that surrounded our hammocks.
Keeps the bear away or?
No, the rain.
The rain,
Yeah.
okay. That's
Scares the bear, huh?
enough.
Oh, what's that? Big orange thing. So it was just for the rain, but it was cold, but it was comfortable.
You close both ends so it keeps warm inside.
I wish we did. No, so it was.
you could.
I could have. Yeah, I could have pinched them down, but. So I understand you went on a trip.
No, I'm not going. I didn't go on a trip. I am going.
You're going on
Next
it. Where are
month.
you going?
I'm going to France, just France.
France.
Yeah. And what was interesting is how I did that, because I wanted to go and see. My son is 25, and he kept telling me, I want to see my family before they die, because I keep telling him, okay, next year, next year. So this year, this is the year we're gonna go together.
Oh wow, who's all going?
Just him and I.
Oh, just and
Yeah. However, he was working now, so he's not working for a French company, so he has only 2 weeks. In France, if he worked for a French company, he would have 4 weeks.
I heard you guys take what 3 months off in the summer.
4 weeks in summer, and I think they get 2 weeks in winter. They cannot take 6 weeks, but they can take 4 and 2.
Oh, that's harsh.
Life is tough, yeah.
Yeah.
So what was interesting is I said, well, what am I going to do with him? So Google is the greatest thing that was ever invented. Google search.
Yeah.
So you just search on France. I think I did that before. And now I'm not going to find the one. Here it is. Look at that.
The official France website.
French website.
Is it
and
in French?
It's in no, it's in English. And I think somewhere you can change it if you don't want it. And here you go. You can find all kind of all of data. So I think it's another job that's going to disappear. Huh? The travel agent.
We're all
Because-
getting disappeared.
Yeah, with glue.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, with Bob's story about the glue, we'll just glue. Things will be glued together to
So-
do our
So
job.
you see this. Can they show it? No, that's okay.
Yeah, he's fine.
You have a France in picture. You have identity card. But if you don't know anywhere, I'll just pick France because that's where we're gonna go. So hey, what happened to my media library? Anyway, you can go and see pictures.
It's probably got a slow internet connection
just-
is all.
Okay. How much time do we have there? Because I could spend
5 hours.
5 hours?
No, about 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Here, let's see if I can refresh that screen for you and see if you can pull up some pictures.
Did I lock everything? No. Pretty close, huh?
And it looks
So-
like there's nothing in the media library.
France, wine, wine testing. So I think the 25-year-olds would like that, huh?
You know what?
I don't know.
If I was going to France and I was a 25-year-old, you could put French women. Date, easy. That's maybe what I'd be looking for if I was a 25-year-old.
Okay, so what he's going to want is a beach.
Oh, what?
The beach.
The beach?
Yeah.
Is that where? Is that? Do they have
That's where the
beaches?
French women are.
You know,
Or in October. We're going in October, so maybe not. No?
I don't really know the layout of France. How many coastlines? You know, like America, we have 2 coastlines. Is it just the southern border of France?
Well, it's an hexagon. So you get the piece between England and France, the Manche. Then
Okay.
you have a North Sea, but we don't get a connection there. So you get La Manche, you get the ocean, Atlantic Ocean, and you get the Mediterranean.
And it's the Mediterranean where the beaches are the nicest, huh?
Both. No, everywhere there's a
Oh,
beach,
right.
French women there. So that's good.
That's where you need to take them.
Past the age, but he would enjoy that.
I'm sure. Well, yeah.
I didn't do that.
Nah. Neither
Stupid.
did
I
I.
should have talked to you first. Huh? Instead, I have a chateau, I have Mont Saint-Michel, I have wine tasting.
You took him on the geriatric tour. What are you doing? No,
Well, with internet and my Google skills now, I can change it on the spot.
that's right. Yeah, I'm sure he'll enjoy himself. Actually, I think if I was with my dad, I wouldn't want to be picking up on chicks. That's just not what you do with your father.
Yeah, you don't do it. That's what I thought.
Yeah. And my wife would kill me too, so it just doesn't work out.
Well, that should be interesting. Maybe I'll get some pictures and I'll report when I come back. Huh?
So what are you going to use on taking pictures?
I'm gonna, well, this time I follow, what's the name of a guy who travels all the time, Rick Steve.
Okay.
He said travel light. So this time I'm going to try to pack everything in just one carry-on suitcase.
Mm-hmm.
So my SLR camera is out because
That's a big puppy.
because
That's like a suitcase in itself, huh?
So I have my little video camera, a Panasonic one,
Yeah.
that takes still pictures, 13 megapixels, so that should be enough.
Oh, yeah, it's fine.
I'll find out.
Yeah. Well, cool.
Yeah, the only glitch I have is I only allowed. I bought the. By the way, you can buy French. The SNC have a train station. You can buy the tickets ahead of time, and they could be 50% off from the normal
Wow.
price. So I did that ahead of time, but I forgot. I have only 1 hour between the time my plane lands and the time I catch the train. I
And
forgot.
you have to go through customs.
I have to go for customs.
Oh,
I forgot the customs. But it was $28, so
That's $28, huh?
yeah, I should be okay there.
Yeah. Well, that's always gives you a little bit of excitement,
Yeah.
racing to catch something.
So Google didn't catch me on this time lag there. That's it's not perfect, Google, huh?
That's what travel agents are for, huh? You went the cheap
So they are
route.
still
They're still needed.
useful, yeah.
Because they would have caught that in a heartbeat. What? You're gonna try to what?
So what else? Do you have something?
So we got Nerd News Now is coming up next Wednesday, and I talked to Rosie Bergen from Rosie's at the Beach, and she said she would like it for us to film Nerd News Now out of Rosie's at the Beach on location with $2 beers.
Oh, wow.
Woo!
That's an idea.
Amen. So we'll probably go on Wednesday. We'll get our beers right there.
That's the way. And can our audience join us?
Audience can join us. We'll have with a full on.
Yeah.
It'll just be a good day.
Yeah.
So she's got a thumbs up. She said, let's do it.
Next week?
If we can get our act together, we can do it as early as next week.
Very good. So all of you, come over here.
Yeah.
Over there.
And let's see. So that's what's going on with Nerd News Now. Bob and I still haven't finished our project on doing a Steadicam, but it's really close. All we need to do is find a bearing from a skateboard. And I
that
saw a
should be
skateboard
easy.
out there in front that I don't recognize, so I might just rip that apart and get myself a bearing off of that one, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So whoever has a skateboard over there, just be aware.
I know. Every single bearing that I have for a skateboard is being used, so I can't use mine.
Okay.
So if we could find a bearing, I think we'll be good to go.
Very good.
And I think we need two bearings to make this thing work. And other than that, that's about all I got for the day.
Very good.
Well, it's good seeing you again, Francois. I'm glad to have
Hey.
you back.
Pleasure to be on your show, Jim.
And and don't forget, Poppy Jasper Film Festival's coming up.
Oh, yeah.
You know what the dates are for that?
November
8,
8,
9,
9,
and
and
10.
10.
Yeah, we knew that like it was the back of
knew
our
that,
hand.
huh?
Huh? All right, Poppy Jasper Film Festival. Make sure that you support it and buy your full pass. Have a good one.
See you.